We're doing this for American television.
Right now we're in Hargeisa, which is the capital of Somaliland.
After years of war, peace has taken hold. The markets are full, food is readily available, and the streets are free of crime. Somaliland is an African success story. The only problem, for the rest of the world, this place doesn't exist. No country on earth recognizes Somaliland's independence.
But if you ask anyone here, it's their own independent country.
Bloody memorials testify to the brutality of Somaliland's 1991 independence war against Somalia. Hargeisa's trophy is this Somali MiG jet which Somaliland fighters shot down.
So it bombarded the city. It got off from the airport of Hargeisa and again it bombarded the population in Hargeisa. It killed many people.
Somalia is a brother country because we are both African.
Right.
Isn't it so? Yes. We are neighborhood. We help them. We don't like, of course, their problems. We don't like to prolong their problems. We help, but the main thing and the main point is Somalia and Somaliland are two different countries.
Edna Aden Ismail founded the first maternity hospital in Somaliland. One afternoon on the hospital's rooftop, she explained the benefits that would come to Somaliland if other countries recognized its independence.
And it would benefit the hospital because we would be able to find people to come and work with us. Now to try and convince someone, a doctor, to come and work with me, I need to plead and bargain and so on because they don't know about Somaliland. They fear being in Somaliland. They're misinformed about Somaliland. So yes, it would definitely have a very positive impact on Somaliland and its people.
A lack of recognition means a lack of outside investment. Today, Somaliland's economy is based largely on a single plant, a drug called cat.
This is cat, which is the stimulant of choice in the Horn of Africa. Basically what you do, it grows naturally in eastern Ethiopia. You eat the small, oily leaves. They have the most punch to them. About 20 minutes later, it feels like you had about 4 or 5 cups of coffee.
You feel hot? Yeah.
It's basically almost currency in Somaliland. It's so popular.
Sadamire believes that there's more to Somaliland than cat. She is the nation's first director of archaeology. She was born in Hargeisa, raised in Sweden, and is now a PhD student in London. She recently returned home to discover what archaeological wonders Somaliland held.
This country, archaeologically, is very rich, and it's one of, I would say, the assets that this country has is really archaeology. For a country in the future, if it's recognized, I think lots of economical development will come from tourism, because you have so many various archaeological remains. You have rock art sites with extremely impressive preservation. I'm just really excited about having the whole world to come here and discover all that, and explore it and help us preserve and help us research. We love Americans come here and, with their trowels and everything and help us out.
We headed out into the countryside to find the rock art at Lascaux, but we were told to take precaution.
Somaliland is a very safe country, but there has been a recent history of banditry in the countryside, and in 2003 a carload of NGO workers was gunned down by terrorists from Mogadishu. So, if you do leave the capital, the Ministry of Tourism recommends that you bring a guy with a Kalashnikov, and at $10 a day, it's probably the best deal in Africa.
Luckily, we had little trouble from the hungry camels or the packs of wild baboons, and soon we were there.
These are the Lascaux paintings found in granite caves about an hour's drive north of the capital of Somaliland.
There are pictures of giraffes, tigers, and humans worshipping cows wearing ceremonial robes. What's amazing is that until French archaeologists discovered Lascaux in 2002, It was completely unknown to the outside world. Experts believe the paintings may be 8 to 10,000 years old, making these walls one of the oldest art galleries in all of Africa. After hours of wandering in the African sun, we called Mercy and drove to the sea. It was time to go snorkeling. The town of Berbera is built on the shores of the Gulf of Aden. When we arrived, we asked some fishermen to take us out to a reef. It would be a couple hours before we found the reef, so we decided to catch our lunch.
This is how they go fishing in the Red Sea off the coast of Somaliland. Basically, you got a lure about this big, fishing line, you throw it in, you just hold on, you wait for the tuna to bite. When it does, hopefully the guys with the Kalashnikovs come running so you can bring it onto the boat. What do we got? It's a secret amongst divers that some of the Red Sea's best, last unexplored reefs are in these waters. But if diving's not your thing and you want to stay on the boat, at least you'll have some friends, well-armed friends, to keep you company.
We don't have an underwater camera, so you have to believe us. What we saw can only be described one way.
Absolutely beautiful.
Our crew motored us back to shore. We spent our hours gazing at the deep blue water. We were sunburned, layered in salt, and happy. That evening we headed back to Hargeisa. I thought of the Somaliland people we had met, how passionate they were for their home, how they cared for each other's scars, and how they searched their past for a brighter future. And I wondered, what more must a people do to be recognized?